Hello, my name is Angela de la Cerda, and I will be talking about the social and cultural aspects of the ancient Chinese. The ancient Chinese had a religion called Taoism, in which the Taoists studied a form of science called alchemy. It is said that the ancient Chinese emperors went to the Taoists to find a substance to make them live forever. During this research, they created a mixture that led to the invention of fireworks. The alchemists mixed charcoal, saltpeter, and sulfur together and threw the powder into a fire, which threw sparks and made popping sounds into the sky. Ultimately, the Chinese ended up using fireworks for celebrations and scaring away evil spirits. The ancient Chinese used compasses for maintaining harmony and prosperity with one's environment. For example, if a home or business was placed in the right direction, then you would have a good life, health, and wealth. This practice is referred to as feng shui. It is said that fortune tellers used compasses to determine the best location and time for weddings, burials, ceremonies, etc. Also, ancient Chinese emperors used astronomy to set dates for marriages, births, and even wars. For example, if a comet suddenly appeared in the sky, it was thought that something important and unexpected was about to happen, such as a major battle. It is said that the main responsibility of the political power, such as the emperor, was to keep the earth in total harmony with the sky, which is referred to as the mandate of heaven.
My name is Jaira Hernandez, and I'll be talking about Asia's STEM connection. The Chinese wanted to create and learn about new science. That is what was most important to them. Looking back at their history between 600 to 1500 AD, China was the most advanced in technology. It is said that most inventions from the West were actually ideas borrowed from the Chinese. Chemists started to experiment with gunpowder, and from there they invented their first fireworks, which were the ones that they would use for their festivals. During the Song Dynasty around 960 AD, this period changed drastically. People started to create more innovations, which brought more money to them. People started to look for jobs because it created more opportunities for them. They invented their first mechanical water clocks. Su Song was the inventor, and he was an astronomer. His inventions were guided by the way the stars move like the water. Back then, astronomers focused on the way the planets, the stars, and the water work together. Like Su Song, water was an important feature because Chinese use water for everything. Another invention was paper. People that work in the process of making paper followed their traditional way. First, the workers would use the bamboo, they would cut it and then mix it with like water, and then they would bleach it so they could create like the sheets. And this process actually took like 300 days, but with the new technology and the innovations, now it actually only takes like a week. Once the paper was created, people started to print, and this was a great idea because people were able to send messages. So, in conclusion, science, specifically astronomy, was something that Chinese were really into because that's how they created their innovations. And they were really successful because it inspired, they were inspired by how they looked at their surroundings. And these innovations helped people to look for jobs, and that's what kept them successful and made work easier.
Hey guys, my name is Celeste Juarez, and I'll be talking about the evidence to claims for China and India. These two powerhouses created a lot of the different things that we use today. From China specifically, we have gained gunpowder, which was used for fireworks, as well as rockets. These rockets were attached to arrows that would be shot at enemies during times of war. The Chinese also created the furnace and were able to create porcelain from those furnaces, as well as steel The steel would be used through the iron ores, as well as making cast iron to plow through the ground. From India, we received the 10-digit mathematics that we have today. The Indian culture used a Sanskrit, and the Sanskrit had 9 digits, and then they were able to create the digit 0, which gave us 10. Because of the creation of the 10-digit system, we were able to create computers because of binary. We also see that their architecture has a large influence on the way they live. This is proven with lap squares that they use in arid areas of India that are used to create giant tanks of water that are funneled back into the villages that don't have easy access. And from there, we also have the herbal medicine. The herbal medicine gave a lot to ophthalmology, pediatrics, and they even created surgery. The surgery that is more famous in India is actually rhinoplasty. The rhinoplasty was actually part of a punishment to people who have been adulterers, and because of the creation of different practices and different instruments, they were able to make modern surgery today. Without India's mathematics and architecture, as well as their astrology and astronomy, we wouldn't be where we are today. The Chinese also use astronomy as a large precursor to any different dynasties that would have come through and the influences that it had on the society of the times.